Okay, very good. Go in the microphone and make sure the microphone is what is this one? This one?
Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, very good. Let me turn on the, that's my background.
Next, engineer.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. Okay. Hey, Haisa.
How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. It's perfect.
Very good, very good. Thank you. So I'm recording this meeting. Okay, so today what I want to do is I want to learn about you, your brand, everything that we can about the company, right?
Okay.
And ideally, you will tell me like, well, we'll see. You'll see. Okay, so let's start with the concept. How do you come up with the idea of doing the a boba place?
So this is a franchisor. So we just kind of like thinking there wasn't one in Naples around that area.
Oh, this is an existing franchise. Oh, okay, okay.
So then we just started that. And then we just kind of cater to what the customers like. They want more tea, less tea, more sweet, less sweet, something like that.
Okay. So, and the franchise, is it a Florida franchise or is it
Florida.
Florida franchise? Okay. Usually franchises have some requirements of and some regulations of what you can do and what you can't do. So what kind of rules do you have on the franchise side?
Well,
marketing, in terms of marketing, in terms of
marketing is pretty much whatever you want. It's just vendors, things like that. Then it's kind of like they stick to a certain vendors that we have to do certain recipes that we can't change.
Okay, so those recipes are all set, but you came up with different recipes too.
Yeah, so anything that is more like seasonal, then we can adopt it in.
Okay. Seasonal. Tell me a little bit about the restrictions that you may have in terms of the brand, the logos, everything like that. It's already preset, but do you have any restriction on how to use it?
No, as long as the logo doesn't change, you can do whatever is around that area. Yeah.
What about the colors?
Don't matter.
They don't have a specific set of colors because some franchises are very specific in what colors can you use, what colors you can't use. No?
It didn't say anything, yeah. As long as like the logo stays the same, but whatever color we choose around that.
Did they give you like a brand identity manual or something?
Yes, like maybe a booklet, but that was a while back, so I don't remember like where I left it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think you can find it, the brand manual? The reason for that is because they may have rules there that because you haven't done anything outside the basic. You may not. We don't want to basically go against anything that the franchise may have said.
So for her, it was very simple. We just says as long as it doesn't how do you say tint the logo image or the brand itself, we basically have the freedom to kind of like market as we deem
as you decide.
Yes. But other than that, it was very much free.
Okay. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what you want to accomplish with this place. What is it that you want to do?
What is it
What
that
do-
I want to do?
Yes.
Serve good drinks, provide good customer service, and have like a consistent foot traffic in
Okay. So let's talk about the food traffic that you currently have. What is your demographic? The kind of people that come here?
young,
Mhm.
pretty much all, but very much more like high school, college kids. And then a little bit of young and then really, really like and a little bit of older generation.
Mhm. Do you have access to your the database of clients, the people that registered, like enter the phone number to get the points, or that is something that goes to corporate and you don't have that
Oh, I
list?
have,
You
the
have the
info,
list.
Yeah,
Okay. That is going to be important eventually because you want to do things to get people to keep coming, right? So we need to figure out how to promote it to them, to do promotions and do stuff with them.
okay.
Okay. So
Uh,
okay, tell me more about your what you have done so far in terms of marketing and promotions.
so we didn't tap too much in terms of marketing.
Mhm.
We mainly do promotion through like every now and then we do like buy one, get one half off, but that's about it.
Do you have control over that, or is that also franchise directed? Like the franchise will tell you,
Oh, we have control over it.
okay, so they don't put the finger on what you can do or not in terms of promotions.
Correct.
Okay.
Because it was decided as long as like it doesn't taint her image, but then we just do whatever is possible to kind of like have the operation run.
Okay. Okay. So tell me, what about price points? Are you in control of the price point? Is that something that they give you? Like they tell you the minimum price for a boba tea would be I don't know, $5 or
Got
something like
it.
that. Mhm.
So basically, they gave us suggestion, but then we just kind of factor in like the rent and everything around the area to kind of
Adjust it as you need.
correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So you have some flexibility on the pricing. Mhm. Um, what about the food? You have the banh mi sandwich.
Mhm.
Is that also something that is directed by the?
Yes.
So they tell you exactly what to put on the
Yes. Mhm.
sandwich, on everything. Okay. Uh, price, same thing.
Same
Is
thing.
there anything that applies to one and not to the other?
What do you mean?
Like, let's say, for example, let us say, okay, you have flexibility in what you can do with the bobas in the seasonal, but can you do, I don't know, and then just crazy stuff like, can you do custom kind of sandwich, or that
Oh,
that will change? For example, I don't know, chicharrón. You know, it's a very Latin thing, and like, is that something that you can do, or because it changes the menu, it's something
Oh.
that you can?
that's something we can do because originally this franchise has a way more food.
Oh, really?
Yes, but then it just didn't fit with our kitchen because of like the layout. Because that's why we're limited to what we can serve in this restaurant. But at the beginning, yeah, they did try to push out more food items.
Well, for example, what kind of food items do they have?
Like
Oh,
noodle
yeah.
bowls, but we just weren't gonna be able to do it. It was just too much food.
Okay. So you could come up with a new sandwich
Yes.
and promote that. Okay. Very good. Tell me a little bit about that, the restrictions that you may have in the kitchen, things that you for example, you don't want to do pho, you don't want to do noodle bowls. Why? The kitchen is too small or
Yes,
too much work to get it prepped?
it's just the kitchen is too small. We just don't have like the right tools to roll out more food.
Okay. How about purchase restrictions that some franchises have? Like you have to buy this much, like for example, if you have a Jimmy John's, you have to buy a number of knives per month, a number of mayo things, a number of, and they have to buy it, use them or not. So they have to rotate certain things more simply because they have the pressure from the franchisee, from franchisor, that they have to sell those things. Do you have any restriction on that?
Not at all.
So if you don't want to sell like I don't know. If you want to reduce the amount of bad meat that you sell, you have no restrictions on that, and they don't push you to sell anything. That's a pretty nice franchise.
Where there was a lot of flexibility in terms of like what we can do, as long as like it doesn't deviate too much from like the brand reputation,
Uh-huh.
and as long as we don't like damage, then she's
So
all
basically, they're very conscious of their image,
yes.
but they don't care. Hey, how you doing, man?
But they don't mind like what you can and can't do,
Okay.
as long again it doesn't deviate too much.
Okay, understood. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the things you have done. You did you're doing the menus on the front and everything.
Yeah.
Do you think you can give me, if I give you later my email address and everything, can you send me some samples of those things you have done?
Samples?
Yeah, like some of the previous menus you have done. I love the for example, the one you have running on right now with Wicked. Like that picture, something so I can show my graphic designer so he has also an idea of the stuff that you have done.
It like I have to ask them to see if they're willing to be able to just give it up.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's okay. I mean, no pressure on that. I can also take pictures from
Yeah.
the menu. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. The logo, that is probably something that I would like to have access to,
Mhm.
because if we're going to use it in something, we want to have the exact logo. It's easier than we making it again. Like
True.
sometimes we have to reproduce the logos if they don't have the source,
Oh,
or you probably have it already
the
somewhere.
franchisor sent us like a list of logos that we can use,
Yes.
and then we just pick one.
Okay. Good. Okay, let's talk about the people that comes here. Do you have like more men, women, or is it kind of the same?
I guess you can say more woman, but I do see men who just like younger generations will probably enjoy it more,
Mhm.
and yeah, but mainly woman.
Okay. Do you see any ethnicity? Like, is more the Cubans, the Latins, the Americans, Asians, anybody that you think
They're pretty much kind of like
across the board?
yeah, across the board, because some days we'll see more Hispanic and some days we'll see more Asian.
Okay.
And then, so it's just kind of like all across the board.
Okay, very good. By the way, hi, Sai, if you have any questions, feel free, just let me know.
Okay, yeah, I have a question. So, taking in mind, can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, so taking in mind that most of people that go to your place are like women and young people, would you like to keep this target audience or would you like to move on with another one, like
Oh, that's a
older
great question.
people or someone? Or
That's a-
would you do?
You're happy with that
Yeah.
demographic? Okay.
But
Okay,
honestly, like it doesn't matter because as long as they come in the door, it's something.
Okay.
But I do know that like when it comes to social media, the younger generation are more likely to see those posts.
Yes.
And then if it comes to like the older generation, then they're more likely to look at like newspaper coupons like that. But that's why we don't focus on too much of like those newspaper coupon.
You just
Yeah.
go with
The
the social media. Okay, which one are you getting the most traction on? Is it Facebook? Is it Instagram? Is it Twitter, X?
So we don't do that's the issue we have, is that we don't do a lot of promotion. We try to do like advertisement on both Instagram and Facebook. And whenever they come in, but we never ask like, oh, do you see our post from Instagram or vice versa? It's just like, oh, okay, I see you. And sometimes I don't know if it's like, oh, through Instagram, but it seems like there's more referrals from friends.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting. So is mostly referrals from friends?
I feel like it is. But I guess if I have to pick between Facebook and Instagram, I probably see more on Instagram because it's a younger generation. And I do see more interaction on the post.
What kind of content is the one that is giving you the most interaction? Is it like when people talk about the look, the food, the
Oh.
people? What is it that you see the most?
So we don't do a lot of videos, which we should. But so far the only thing we got a lot was like the special holiday drinks. That's what
Mm.
gets the most interactions.
Okay, so the special holiday drinks drive a lot of interaction. Okay, and when people come here and they order, do they come like in couples or bigger groups, smaller groups? What kind of?
Oh, it just depends. Yeah, like on holidays or weekends, and you see them more in groups. And during like regular days, you usually see them kind of like scattered. But it really just depends on like if they have free time and they just want to come here and study, and you see group. But it's just probably like again all across the board.
Okay. So you see younger people come in and to sit down to study.
Sometimes, but more like to hang out quick. And then our place is more like grab and go.
Grab and go.
Yeah. Every now and then you'll see a group or two studying, but it doesn't happen too often.
Okay. If you see people staying for a little bit longer, would that increase your sales, you think? Or like, for example, like if they come and grab and go versus somebody that comes in and, opens up the computer, starts working and order first a drink, then a sandwich, then what do you think? Have you seen anything like that happening?
Not particularly.
Okay.
It's like the people who come and study are regular. So I'm used to them like both studying, and I'm also used to them just grabbing something and
So
go.
they grab they grab the same thing and that's it.
Yes. They mainly order like the same thing over and over again.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I have a question.
Yes.
And, basically, it's like a short question, but with a huge answer, maybe. And what is your main goal hiring us? It's like, would you like to change the whole marketing strategy? Would you like to launch a new product? Or what do you have in mind? Or it's like, I want to increase the revenue and that's all that I want to do with this hiring us, for example.
like, what is the
Okay, so you're asking for the marketing goal or as a business, or what is it that?
Yeah, as the marketing goal. So what is the main goal that she has? For example, I want to increase our social media people there. I just want to, I don't know, a lot of things that we can do.
Got it. Okay,
Okay.
so picture this. With marketing, there's many potential options that we can play with for you. For example, we can do one that basically positions you in a particular way in social media, or one that just brings up a particular clientele here. In general, what is it that you would like to accomplish with this, the thing that we're gonna end up doing potentially?
So increasing foot traffic,
Foot traffic, okay,
having returning customers, and just increase revenue.
okay,
It doesn't have to stick to a particular group of people. It can be anybody.
okay,
Because I feel like our kind of food is customizable, so it can definitely cater to the young and old. As long as they start kind of like giving us a chance to try it. 'Cause
okay. Now let me ask you, for example, if you come up with, I don't know, let's say after we do the analysis, we realize that, gee, what people need is,
Okay.
okay, if you need to go, don't worry.
Uh,
I can wait here. Yeah, don't worry. I'll wait for you.
Andy, muéstrame el lugar, please.
¿Cómo?
Muéstrame el lugar. Muestra el lugar, muestra el lugar.
Sí, ya tengo. Yes.
is it just the same as always? Yeah.
Ay, pero es grande. Ay, no, muero.
Lindo,
Mira,
¿ah?
hermoso. Hermoso, hermoso.
Y esta es como la parte de atrás. Y espérate.
Mira qué espectacular.
Mm,
Aquí se puede hacer algo súper chévere, ¿sabes?
sí.
Me encanta.
Se puede hacer hasta alguna clase de concurso, community event.
De todo.
Ellos quieren aquí detrás, tienen una serie de edificios,
Ah,
como unos edificios de apartamentos. Son por ahí, yo diría, para unas 200 o 300 unidades. No son
wow.
grandecitos, son bastantes. Bueno, digamos 200.
Ujú.
Ahí y aquí cerca hay un high school,
Yeah, half.
un middle school, un elementary school.
Wow.
Happy, right?
Eh, o sea, tenemos esos, tenemos hay
So,
restaurantes.
sushi with
Es
orders.
ahorita te muestro por fuera, es bastante, un mall con bastantes cosas. Mira, si te metes, te voy a pasar la dirección. Y-
Please, por favor.
Ujú.
Okay.
Okay. I'm actually gonna send this to her so she can see you. Sure, this one. Okay. I just sent it to you in Slack, the address. So you can take a look at the the area around in Google Maps and everything.
Okay.
Because we were talking about the things that you have around you. So you have this set of buildings, so like behind you, that what, 200 apartments, about that?
Yes.
We have a high school,
Mhm.
we have a middle school, an elementary school. We have a bunch of apartments right there. We have apartments, we have that. We have more apartments that way and that whole area. So I think there's a lot of potential for people to get to know you better, know more about you, what you guys do. So just crafting ideas on this. Okay. So you mentioned that people are mostly grab and go.
Yes.
Okay. If let's say, for example, that you figured out through some magic that what people are asking for is, I don't know. I'm just gonna come up with something. Empanadas, which is a Latin American thing, that not a pastry specifically, but it's like meat feel something. It's not T-Yummi, is not Asian, is not banh mi, is not that. Would that be a problem for you? Like if you want to sell that?
Oh, like with the franchise
Yeah.
to be okay with?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually fine with it.
Okay. Okay, very good. That is impressive. Most franchises are like really restrictive on what you can do or not with that. Okay. Um, do you have a budget in mind for promotion for like, for example, you're gonna do. Okay, let's imagine this. Imagine that we want to give people the ability to come and order a free a free drink, a free boba tea, but it won't be this full size boba tea, it will be smaller size.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, in that case, um, how much, is that something that is in your realm, things that you can do? Or like, hey, it's too much work to do that, maybe something else?
It's probably too much work. Because when you do something like that small, you have to order like the cups.
Oh, you have to order the cups
Yes,
again.
and then
Mhm.
it's like, do you want the cups with the logo in it? But then that will push production back by a couple of months because it's not something that is readily available. Unless you just want something random, then you can get it at any.
Okay, so what about this? What if you have like a, um, again, just thinking out loud, it doesn't mean I'm going that direction, it's just thinking like that and see what can be done, or what can't be done. Like, imagine you have like a Publix purchased, white, uh, uh, plastic, uh, uh, plastic cups, the cheap ones.
Yes.
And then you have like a big, jar of this, and you put a little bit of boba, and you think, thank you, so for you free, try this, that kind of thing.
Ooh,
Complicated? Is it too complicated? I'm not saying
depends,
that
'cause
I'm
it's
not trying
like-
to make a decision on anything. It's just trying to see, is this too much? Is this okay?
Just like in the past, when it comes to marketing, like that's why I wanted to ask you, like, what will probably be the one that generate the most
Mhm.
the
Foot
most
traffic?
foot traffic as well as returning customers? Because you said like how much do you put out in marketing, and then how much revenue can you get back? Usually, what is the ratio of?
Right. So it completely depends on so many factors. So one of them is the price of the items and the cost, right? So part of the analysis that we do, because it's not just marketing, we try to do a more holistic approach to this, where we involve a little bit of engineering, a little bit of neuroscience into the process. So what we try to do is first analyze the business, so we can come up with something that is really good for you. So at this point, I'm not even thinking, I don't even know. But I know that for food related items, having a sample of some kind is always good. So I'm thinking, what can be done sampling? Because if you come for a sample and you like what you sample, you probably order something else. And once you get that, you get hooked. So I'm thinking, for example, you have this it's not a pastry, but it's like the waffle, mochi waffle. It's delicious. Can that be done and then split in pieces?
The thing, it can be, but it boils down to if he wants to do it or not. I
Mm,
like I only can do so much, and then there's like them wanting to do something. You get it, like so. The thing with mochi waffle is like we have to factor in the fact like how long does it sit out, like
Oh,
Yeah.
it loses the
Yeah.
quality of it. Is there anything you have that is easy to make, that can be produced and kept separate, like, or that ready to mix at the very last minute? That can be made in such a way that we can invite people and say, like, oh, if 2 people show up, that's fine. If 50 people show up, it's fine.
probably just milk tea and
Milk
fruit
tea.
tea.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Not even smoothie and slushy, because if you let it sit out too long.
Yeah, it,
Yeah,
it,
because
it,
you
it
put
separates
it-
a little bit. Okay. Okay, but you can have the tea pre-made, the bobas pre-made, separate, and then just at the last minute,
Yeah,
done.
yeah,
Okay.
just those. But after we mix it for so long, that
No, it
Is
has to
that-
be,
Yeah, I have to ask Kevin because he'll know like how it tastes.
okay,
Even though I work here, I mainly just drink coffee.
okay.
Yeah.
Is there any in the menu of possibilities that you have from the franchise? Is there anything that they have that is like this, like something that can be, I don't know, a sweet that can be pre-made and get ready, like for people that come to take a little, they take one?
Oh, probably just the drink, but not food.
Okay, but the drink is good. The drink is something like that. Okay,
Because at the end of the day, we want to focus more on drinks instead of food.
okay. Drink
Yeah,
is the one thing.
because
Okay,
it's
that is very important.
Because it push, like we have more manpower to push out more drinks than food.
Okay, got it. So the drinks are more important. Those are the ones we want to drive. Okay. So when you were helping in the front, we were talking. How about doing something like a community event where we have like sponsored by you or hosted here? Um, I don't know. I'm thinking, um, like that those buildings behind you, they have to do like an owners a meeting, for example, every 2 months or something, or whenever they have a party or something like that, then
Oh,
you
like the
become
cater?
you cater to them, even if it's at a discount, as long as you're bringing your name up there.
Oh, yeah. So someone did bring it in the past where if we want to like set a table, things like that out, it is possible. It's just we just don't know like how to price it.
Okay, but if
Yeah.
you get help with the pricing, is that something you would do?
For cater, yeah.
Okay, because we can help you with the pricing. That's part of what we do. So we can help you determine the price of that based on time, effort, the yada yada yada, the cost of the materials and everything. So we can help you with that. Okay, so following the same vein, I see that sometimes here in the in the in this plaza, they do events. For example, the other day they had the old car event toward the front. They had like old cars. Like, remember that?
A customer of ours mentioned there was like a car show
Car show, yeah.
over by like Park Diner,
Mhm.
like something like that.
Something like that. So whenever they do something like that, it's something you can participate on. Like have a booth or have a table or have something to
Yeah, like at the beginning, they did mention something like if you ever go to, they did mention about community event. They did try to reach out. I want to focus more on in school events.
the school event. Okay, that's another one
Yeah.
because we have the PTAs, we have the end of the year event, the
Yes.
homecoming, all those things.
I'd like to participate more in those if
Okay.
possible.
So we can probably reach out to the schools and do
Yes,
and see what we can do.
Like collaboration, uh, they, like we did kind of like think about reaching out to school, elementary, high school to see if they want us to participate, like, hey, if we do a sponsor, maybe you guys can like get a certain percent of our sales, but they have to mention like certain club, things like that. It's just we haven't had the time to kind of reach out to them. But if there is one, I like to focus more in the school because I feel like kids and the young adults
Mhm.
are like our demographic. Not so much the older is
Got it,
like
got it.
every now and then.
Okay, so the kids are your preferred demographic in that sense. Okay, very good. So tell me, what have you tried so far? Things you have done already
Oh, like in terms of marketing,
in terms of marketing.
probably just Instagram boost. And then we ran 2 ads on Facebook,
Okay.
and that's it.
And have you, were the results were good? Did you see any increase in traffic or not?
Definitely not too much. It's like I would see a lot of likes and interaction on the post itself. We do see some new customers when it was during like the Halloween like promotion. But other than that, yeah, maybe a little bit, but not like a lot.
Okay.
Yes.
Would you qualify that as a good, it was a good business, or it was like, okay, so it was good?
Like it was just increasing a little bit more.
Okay.
I felt like we haven't really tapped into what we can do because there's just so much. I know that they will probably want to see more videos like you mentioned one,
Yes.
say, hey, how do you make these drinks? Or certain just pictures are just kind of like scan through, but having just a little funny video every now and then just kind of build more interaction, which increases like the algorithm. We
Yes.
haven't tapped into the algorithm at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say we're gonna record the video. Because the equipment is simple. It's just a couple of lights, microphone like this, done. I mean, and a phone. It's super simple. But the thing is, who's going to be the face?
Exactly.
Are you willing to be the face, or
Oh.
who would be the face? It would be Kevin. It would be somebody else here.
Probably like maybe one of our employee,
Okay.
and then because then every now and then we can like change them up, so it just doesn't have to have one
The same person.
Yes.
Okay.
It's more fun that way.
Um,
Or is it better just to have like a face of a product?
it's always good to have somebody that you can attach to. Do you remember? Okay, you're too young. You probably don't remember this, but years ago here used to be. Oh, okay, no, right now. You see, there's a progressive
Yeah,
has
sure.
a flow,
Oh yeah.
right? She's been around for a while,
Yes.
and it's the face to the point that even now her face became a logo for them.
Yes.
So the attachment has a little bit of extra connection with people. So it is good. Having multiple people talking is also good because it shows diversity, and it shows that this is very inclusive place without being woke,
Yeah. Yeah.
because we want to stay away
Yeah.
from that right now. This
Yeah.
is not the climate to be doing that.
Yes.
But we do want to talk about different kinds of people. So we have the Latin, we have the American, we have the Asian, we have all these other people talking about something delicious, and it's a good way to connect.
Mm.
So that is good. Maybe somebody will be more prominent. Probably you have a nice face. So if we can do something like that where you are on a more regular basis, but also showing other people. Now, are they younger than 18? Because if they do, to appear in a video, they need to have permission to the for the parents.
Got it. Yeah, they're under 18.
So we need to make sure that the parents are okay with them being on a video.
Oh, okay.
It can be done in a very tasteful way. So it doesn't have to be like, oh yeah, sign here. No. Just
Oh,
be like,
yeah.
hey, is it okay we use your son to show him and this? So yeah. And always get the approval of the parent before, like once it's done, before it's posted, they have to see it and in writing tell you yes. Could be in an email, could be a text message, whatever, but they have to say it's okay, go for it.
Oh, otherwise just use
Otherwise
just use me and
yeah,
it'd be
because the
easier.
kids.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, but we'll take care of that. I'll help you with that. We have all the forms and everything, and we can help you with that. Okay. So I think I have a good idea of what you want, what you can do and you want to do. And because going into drinks is probably going to be faster, way easier to plan because it's one thing that we want to promote. We have also the other things, but this is the main one.
Oh,
So it makes it easy for us to plan. It's a very specific thing. Okay. Things that you don't like. Tell me. Anything that you don't like. For example, some religions will not allow you to have um, um, anything related to Halloween or anything like that that you would like to steer away from or that you want to go towards
like, is there anything I don't
that
like?
they don't want to do. For example, some business will never do anything for Pride Month.
Oh, no, I don't think we have any restrictions.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's,
So you're kind of open to anything that we can come up with. Okay. Good. I'm thinking. Okay, so how long have you been running the business so far? It's been what, 6 months?
a year.
A year already?
Yeah, it's a year and 2 months actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So you have a full year of data that you can look
Yes.
into. Okay. Do you have that in Excel, like sales, just total sales? Do
Like-
you have the number somewhere in a QuickBooks or something that you can see the sales, your business sales?
yeah, like, I probably just have to pull up the whatever of the subscriptions we have,
Okay.
and then we can see it.
Because let me tell you what this will give us, the data that it will give us. With sales numbers, what you can do is you can see seasonality. And a whole year is good because then you can see it dipped significantly here, it went up significantly there. Fridays are better than this, so depending on how granular is the data, we can go and see.
So January to May is the highest sales.
Okay,
August, September is the lowest.
okay,
Tuesday to Thursday is pretty much scattered. Some days, some week is really good, and then the next week is not, and then it go up. But then weekend is always busy.
okay. Weekends is always good. During the week is less. And what is other than Mondays because you're closed, but what other day is the day that you say like it's so dead?
It's so dead. Probably like Wednesdays.
Wednesdays. Okay.
That's why we're thinking of like next year, close Wednesdays, and then
Yes,
open
Mondays.
Mondays. Just because holidays, the bank closed on that day, school's off on that day,
Mhm.
and kids is like one of our biggest demographic. That's why we're like, okay, then let's just switch it back to Monday.
Okay.
That way, when they don't have school, this is kind of like one of their treat.
Okay.
And then
So tell me on the time of the day, you guys open at what, 11?
11 to 8,
11 to 8. Okay, any time during the day that is
like that.
yeah.
Ooh,
Because I suppose you open, you have to do prep, you have to get everything ready, clean up everything, get everything ready. So it's probably by a 1 hour of setting everything up
like,
on a daily basis, or is less than that?
oh, what do you mean, like?
When you come up in the morning, the first thing you do at 11, you open the door and it's everything clean and ready to go, and
Oh,
you just turn on the machines and ready.
Yeah, you have to prep everything 2 hours before.
2 hours.
Mhm.
So you start at 9,
9, yeah,
and you get everything ready. So you
by
open the
like
door.
10:45.
Okay. Okay, that's kind of what I wanted to know. So you open at 11, then you open until 8. Would you consider extending Fridays and Saturdays over 8? Even if you open late,
Yeah, he wouldn't do it.
he wouldn't do it.
No, he wouldn't do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because one of the things I've seen is people circling here, sometimes like Fridays, like 8:30-ish. So now they're closed. So a couple of times I've seen that. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, Yeah, we do get customers like, oh, you should stay a little bit longer, blah, blah, blah. But some of the things that we notice is that when customer asks for it, we give it to them,
Mhm.
and then they don't want it. For example, they want a certain drink. They kept asking for it. And then we finally push it out. Even in the same person, I remember because, hey, we have the grapefruit drink now. Oh, I was just asking. Sometimes that's the issue I have with customers. Sometimes they ask just to ask,
Yeah,
but they don't show up. So it's kind of like you're gonna be making extra.
yeah,
boba.
you can't be chasing the people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you're making extra boba, you're making extra tea, you're making all this extra, and they don't show up. Then we have like people having to stay longer. So it's like a number of things.
Yeah,
And
everything adds up to the cost, it adds up to the
yeah,
complexity of the situation.
it's just like going home later than usual. Even if it's Saturday and Sunday, that's why we ask for one day off. But even on that one day off, we have so much to do. That's why in the past we're like, oh, maybe we should stay a little bit longer. But I know he won't do it. Yeah.
Okay. So far, what have you considered that doing that you haven't done that you would like to do?
Making more videos, more reels.
Mhm.
That's one of the more updated, like update more on social media. See, this all boils down to him, what he wants to do. Because I only have so much that I can do,
Mhm.
but if he's not willing to do it, then I can do it.
Okay, is he a partner also in the business? Is he a majority partner? Is it,
Yeah, the majority.
okay,
So
Um,
if he doesn't want to do it, then we can't push for it.
okay.
Yeah.
So we need to get his buy-in into everything. Okay, okay, that makes sense. Is there anything that you think that he would like to do that he's not doing? Do you want to, well, I mean, this is your business, so go ahead, you need to go and help them out?
I think, can I take this up or
Sure,
does
sure.
it take
It
out?
doesn't matter.
Like, may I just help him quick?
Sure, sure, sure.
Mira, con la pregunta, Andy.
Dime.
¿De dónde son? ¿Ellos son de Corea, de China, de Japón? ¿De dónde?
Vietnam.
Ah, Vietnam.
Ujú.
No, más perdida. Ay, ojalá que eso se pueda, me gusta el negocio.
Sí, está chévere, ¿verdad?
Sería espectacular.
Okay.
Okay, we're good. We're
Yeah.
almost done too. Oh,
I thought he went somewhere, but no. This is fancy, yeah. It's kind of.
yeah, it's
kinda
super cool. It's a tiny microphone, and the sound is really good. And what this does is that now that we're here, we're in the conversation, it's also recording.
Mhm.
So I can get a transcript later and analyze it and come up with ideas and present you with a plan and everything.
Got it.
Okay. So I would need to ask you if you can like find the specifics for the months. It doesn't have to be a number like, oh, I sold $10,000, $100,000. I don't need that number, but I need to know like for example, the number of drinks. If you can, so if you can, you don't have to give me the exact figure, but like we sold 200 drinks this month. Next month we only sold or
Yeah.
3,000. I don't know how many.
Got it.
You sold this many month to month. If you can, that would help us plan better. Also, if you have like quotas that you have to meet, like if you don't sell anything this month, do you still have to pay the franchise? How much?
Oh.
So I need to know, like, if you have a quota minimum that you as a business needs to sell.
Oh.
I need to know that because to keep the doors open, you still have to pay the rent. You have to
Yes.
pay. So what is the bare minimum that you have to do in a month? In sales, if possible. I don't know, And by the way, we can sign a non-disclosure agreement. I can bring that next time. So you feel comfortable releasing to me information if you want. But what that will do is give me an idea of how much do we need to increase sale, maintain everything. So your business is smoothly going through.
Oh,
And besides that, we can measure if our marketing strategy is working or not. Because, for example, imagine that we applied a marketing strategy and the sale is going down, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
So we see that what we're doing actually has some impact. That's why numbers are important.
mhm.
Because if we do like let's say I make you invest $1 million in advertising, and then you see that your sales only went up by 100,000. So the disparity is too much.
Yeah.
Of it. So we need to see some way to measure that what we're doing is giving you results. Now we don't need to know. So if you want to keep the numbers private, like for whatever reason you can't say it, that's fine. But then at least you need to have them. So there's something to measure against.
Yes, got it.
Okay.
But like, in terms of marketing, then what are your packages? And then what are you thinking of doing? And, like,
So
is there a
right now,
contract, things
so
like
yeah,
that?
it's usually a retainer. But we can start with a small retainer, and everything that we produce is included in that retainer. So you don't have to pay extra for any graphics, for example, we need to do like a video. You don't have to pay extra for that. It's included in. Okay, you only pay extra for things that are not under our control. Like for example, we're gonna put this ad in Google, so
Yeah.
you have to pay Google,
Yeah,
but you don't have to pay us extra for that.
but then like, how do you promote the product then? Like, do you have a social media?
Yeah, so no, it's gonna be everything that we do is gonna be through your channels.
Mhm.
So we will grow whatever you have is gonna be growing for you. So even if we get out of the picture, you still have whatever was built. You see? So for example, because I know that some people have their own big social media, I don't know, YouTube, Instagram, whatever, they have hundreds of thousands of followers. And then when they leave, they take those followers with them. We don't do that. So what we do is we build your following. We build your channels. We build you as a business. So if something happens to us, or you decide that you don't want to continue with us, but we want to go with somebody else, you still can, and you keep everything,
Oh, okay.
even
But
the
then-
images, sources, everything that we produce.
Does that mean I have to give you the password to that, or
No,
you
no,
just
no.
give me the
We can
video?
give you the things and you can upload them. You can, there's, in all this media, there's a way to create, to set somebody as an administrator. So you can set us as administrators, and we use because we have programs that allow us to post a particular time. So we don't do like 8 in the morning, 8:01, press.
Yeah,
So we preset everything,
yes.
and that like we usually work like a month ahead,
Oh,
and we plan the month, and then during the month, the post will go up as they go.
yes.
Automatically will be set and posted. So we don't have to do it ourselves directly, but all you have to do is set us up as administrators in your social media to do that. But you keep your control, and the moment you don't want us to do it anymore, you just change the administrator.
Oh, okay.
That's
So,
how we do it. Mhm. But don't worry, we'll put everything together for you in our proposal.
oh, so you're gonna go home?
Yeah,
like-
we'll sit down, we'll work, and we'll
Uh-huh.
take some of that, the reporting and everything, and we'll provide you with some ideas, and a plan. And if you like the plan, we'll say, okay, let's execute that. We'll figure out the price.
Oh, I see. Is it gonna be kind of like, hey, because they say usually promotion are best when you're trying to introduce new drinks.
Mhm.
Give them a discount price so they can try it, see how they like it. And then another one was just kind of like do more promotion of like buy one, get one half off, or buy one, get one. When it's like lower, like off season,
Yes.
smaller foot traffic, because you don't want them to affect your Your revenue when it's season, you don't want to.
Right. You want the promotion, you do the promotion when you don't have enough foot traffic, not when you have a lot of them. Yeah.
Starbucks did so many promotion over the summer. But I've never seen that many promotion from them ever
Yeah.
since I was a rework member.
Yeah, well, the Starbucks is going through their own things
Things.
corporate wise.
Yes,
So yeah.
they're trying to
Um,
push sales.
Yeah, but I know, for example, the thing that you mentioned, the excitement about new drinks, new stuff, that is always, it's always a good way to bring people in.
With
That's why
this-
we're trying to do like something in that regard.
So since you're in this for a long time,
Mhm.
is there any benefit of like working with influencers? Or is it better just to have your own marketing with your own
So-
brand?
That is actually a great question. So there is some benefit to working with influencers because your brand is exposed to a lot of people. What I have, this is a personal thing, I see difficulty there is on the cost benefit analysis. Um, some influencers are very expensive for what they bring to the table. So if you have somebody that is like a national influencer and it has 1 million followers, but they're not in Florida,
Yeah,
what benefit is that to you?
zero.
Exactly. Because yeah, great, but you know,
Yeah,
so what you need is somebody that is local to you. So I prefer micro influencers is what it's called. So basically what it is people that are not like huge influencers, but they have, I don't know, a couple hundred people local to you.
yeah.
And then you offer them something specific, like, hey, I
That's
saw that
what
you
we
have
thought.
this, but then you come try our thing on the house. So you give one drink away. And if you like it, if you can make a post about it, I would really appreciate it. That's it.
That's it.
I mean, I know that if I get a call like that from you, I'll be doing it right away.
Oh.
You see,
big,
it's
yeah.
because you see, like, oh, I'm not a huge influencer, but you know, my friends and family will know about it,
Yeah,
and that's what you want. So
so true. Just like small micro influencers.
micro influencers, the
So
investment is
that is like
minimum.
a referral as well.
Exactly. So, and that's a way to do it too. Like, you know, those people that have like you just want the community building because you're very local,
Oh,
right? You don't even care about. Oh, okay.
Now I'm here.
I hope it didn't stop recording.
I think so. Oh no, it's still recording.
Okay, yeah, it's recording. Okay. Okay, that's all I have for now.
yeah.
Any questions for me? For us?
Are you? So regarding packages, you're gonna put something together.
Yeah,
Give me a quote.
pricing will be
that's it,
the last thing. First, I give you the plan. If you like the plan, then we'll figure out what
the
will be.
budget. Okay.
Yeah, we'll be
And then
figure out
that way
budget.
you can be like, hey, Angel, maybe we can do like a video here.
Yeah.
And like giving some sample out to kind of like.
The way we usually work is we give you a number of hours and we'll say, okay, for this amount of money, you'll get this many hours of our team. And I'll introduce you my team because we try to do everything in-house so there's no additional cost because the worst thing to do is to have surprises.
Yeah.
And then you go like, I didn't spend $8,000 for this. Why? Right?
Yeah.
So we don't want that. We want to give it a price and that's it.
Okay.
So you get that number, and what we can do is, oh, you know, this month, I don't know, June, July, you want to put a little bit more on this,
Yes.
then okay, we can do something for that.
Okay.
So you get a little bit more oomph.
Yes,
That.
because it's
But
lower.
then,
so got it.
yeah, so we'll figure it out. We'll figure something out. But first, we'll put together a plan for you.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay, final question would
Yeah.
be, in terms of Facebook advertising
Yes.
and like Instagram.
Yes.
Based on like these kind of, I guess, business model, which one will have a greater effect?
So for you, it's probably Instagram because of the people that they come here are more like Facebook is older people,
Yes,
30 plus, and
Yeah.
in the heavy of the plus, 40s, 50s.
True.
Those are a lot. There are kids, yes, there are younger people, but most of them are, you know, very specific of their communities, what they do. They go for this, for that, and that's it. But on their 30s and up, that's where you get Facebook. 20s, 18 teens,
Instagram.
that's Instagram. There's more. I mean, YouTube is everybody.
Yeah.
So you may want to have something on
On
YouTube, like a small channel where you show something about your business.
Yeah. What about TikTok?
TikTok is great. The only reason I'm not saying TikTok right away is because we don't know what's going to happen with TikTok with the ban that was planned. There was I don't know if you were aware of this, but there was a bill that's approved this year where TikTok is going to be shut down.
That will be good.
But Trump, it's against that.
Oh, okay.
And I think the deadline is
Yeah.
yeah. So there's a lot of politics going on with TikTok.
Yeah.
So let me find out. Let me really quick. Let me do a quick review here.
And something that we can do is drive people from TikTok to Instagram,
Yes.
and grow your community on Instagram from
Oh,
TikTok. So
from
we can,
TikTok.
just in case that in the United States TikTok is closed, we already have the Instagram people there, so we can do that.
It's thinking. My connect with the phone connection is bad right now. I don't know why.
But we can get that information.
Yeah, if you can. Thank
Yes, we can get that info.
Yeah.
And I don't need it
Yeah.
right now.
So that's one. But we can find the right media for you. And the beautiful thing about Instagram, TikTok, and all that is that the same video can be
Yeah.
placed on all social media. Like the same video that you use for TikTok can be used for YouTube Shorts and can be used for
Shorts.
yes,
Yeah.
and can be used for Instagram. And those are the three big ones.
Yeah.
So same thing. You use the same one.
Got it.
Right?
So one final question. Do
Yeah,
you
don't worry.
think that like having people sitting in the shop longer and then people just walking by us see more people in the shop with that kind of like, oh, what?
Well,
pushing
you can't really see from the outside,
them?
but people sitting there
Yes.
outside is yes. That
Oh.
helps. Because when you're passing by, you can barely see inside. But if you're sitting outside, you can see people outside.
Oh, I see. But does that ever kind of help promote like more
It
folks?
helps,
It
yes.
helps.
Okay, so there's a principle, and you probably have seen this. The tip jar principle is called the tip jar principle. And what they do is you should never have a tip jar that is empty
Yes.
because people will not drop money there. But when you take the money out, you leave a couple of bucks there and a couple of pennies. So people see that there's already there. Nobody wants to be the first one.
Oh,
Everybody wants to be the second. You see, like
Yeah.
nobody wants to like, I don't know, are you good? I don't know.
oh, okay. Yeah,
But,
yeah, yeah,
but,
got
you
it,
see,
got
when
it.
you get the principle, I
someone
know
does it,
somebody
yeah.
already eating there. Just to give you an idea, in my country, back in my country, when you're traveling from one city to the next, you're driving your car, the restaurant that you're gonna stop by and eat is where you see a lot of cars.
Yes,
And especially if those are like truck drivers,
yeah,
because truck drivers the mentality is they are driving all freaking day and they will only stop at the good places.
true. true.
So you know that.
Yes,
Same kind of principle applies in this case. The more people you see, the more
Yeah,
they're like, oh,
like,
they
oh.
must be good.
I want to try them out.
Why,
Yeah,
yes.
true.
Uh-huh.
Because what happened was one time a lady was sitting out, and then for whatever reason, like people kept opening our door, and then next to us is like Fuji and the ice cream shop, and then she barely see the door open, so she was curious. That's why she went in. She's like, "What do you guys sell?" That people kept coming in and out the door,
Yeah.
and so I mean, she
That's a
didn't buy
perfect example,
anything,
but that's a perfect,
but
that now she knows.
yeah, okay,
Okay.
makes sense.
Now, when we see that, it would be great if there's something we can offer that person.
True sample, and then they
Example, maybe, okay, so maybe not something that it's ever going to be sold, but is there any Vietnamese sweet,
dessert.
like something like tiny thing that can be like split, like something like this big?
But so not yet, but hopefully in the future, we might do some more like Vietnamese dessert.
Something small that you can think like, hey, oh, thank you for coming. Take one.
Got it.
Okay, maybe even if it's I don't know, is there like I know there's an Asian market here.
Yes,
Maybe we can buy Vietnamese
Like
sweets from their
pastries.
pastry, something pre-made,
uh,
already packed and everything. Like, hey, listen, take one.
yeah, I see.
Well, let me figure that out. I'll do some research on that.
Okay, sounds good.
Awesome.
So far, thank you, Andy.
Okay, perfect.
Well,
That's it. I don't
That's
have
it.
anything else for you. Let me have that back.
yes, we don't
Thank
want to
you.
lose that exposure.
Thank you. Okay.
No.
Haisa.
Hi, sir.
Okay.
Okay, it was a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thanks to you.
Yeah, it is. It was very exciting. Me too. Me too. Yeah, I'll work on this, and then next week we'll sit down and we'll go over it, and maybe we can show it to him too.
Yeah. It's,
Oh, it's right.
to,
Okay.
have it.
Yeah,
I actually make those so many.
very
Yeah.
good. The big one. Okay. Awesome.
Thank
Okay.
you, Andy.
Thank you. Take care.
This is so-
Yeah.
Do you want me to, anything to do?
Oh, I'm gonna get one. Yes.
Micro. Ujú.
¿Me escuchas?
Ahora sí, perfecto.
¿Me escuchas ahí?
Sí,
Sí.
sí.
Ok,
Ok.
perfecto, perfecto. ¿Qué piensas?
Ay, me encanta. Ojalá digan que sí, Andy, de verdad. O sea, de verdad, espero de todo corazón que digan que sí. Se pueden hacer tantas cosas, tantas cosas.
Yo también, yo creo que yo estoy de acuerdo contigo. Yo creo que hay mucho que se puede hacer. Creo que es un negocito muy bacano, muy bacano.
Súper chévere.
Yo no sabía que era una franquicia. Yo pensé que era y que era de ellos. Pues que era de individuos. No sabía que era de franquicia.
¿Sabes qué estaba pensando? Como es algo de
Yo,
franquicias, así como hace, por ejemplo, cada país tiene un manejo de red social distinto con McDonald's. Por ejemplo,
sí.
McDonald's de Estados Unidos es una cosa espectacular, pero la de
Mm,
Colombia es maluca, o sea, literalmente no la manejan bien. Es como súper básico. Entonces, así como cada franquicia tiene su página y una es más chévere que la otra, esta puede ser súper chévere. Ver qué
sí.
están haciendo las otras, la competencia de la marca y así sucesivamente.
Voy a preguntarle si ellos pueden tener página web. Aparte, espérate yo.
Ay, sí.
Dame un segundito. Yo veo.
Una página así
mm,
súper chévere como tipo Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts.
no veo que tengan página web. Voy a preguntarle enseguida.
Yo ingresé al Instagram y se puede trabajar full.
No, hay mucho que hacer. Ok, ahí tienes que poner. Empiece, mi hija, a pensar. Bueno, ahora saltando. No, te voy a llamar del carro más bien. Te voy a llamar enseguida del carro porque quiero que hablemos de cómo, de la reunión que tuvimos ahorita, de cómo
Ajá.
podemos estandarizar esto para próximos clientes. para que empecemos con o sea, desde cero, cómo se hace.
Exacto, exacto, estaba pensando lo mismo.
Porque tú me dejaste esta semana, vea. Listo. Aiza, listo. Muchas gracias.
Bueno, Andy, entonces seguimos hablando.
Cuídate.
Chaito.
Chao.
Oye, grabas un videito de cómo es eso por ahí. Me gusta, ya que no he podido viajar, me gusta ver.
Sí, claro que sí. Te
Listo,
lo
pues,
hago.
chaito.
Bueno, chao.